Namaste. हमेशा खुश रहो बिटिया. I am JVN Dr.Anamika Ahirwar, Associate Professor in the Department of Science and Technology at Jayoti Vidyapeeth Women's University, Jaipur. Today I am going to take the lecture on the subject named Open Source Technology, and today's session name is Administer the Linux Printing Subsystem. The topics to be covered in this video are introduction, the BSD LPD printing system, LPR NG printing system, the common Unix printing system, that is called CUPS, interface with applications. First comes to the introduction. As we know that it is very important to understand that printing in Unix will resolve almost entirely around the PostScript page description language. Like in GUI, we just give the commands and then we will be able to get the printout. But in Unix, or you can say Linux, it is not as easy as in the Windows GUI. So the PostScript page description language developed by Adobe Corporation as a full-fledged programming language, which is used to describe the contents of each page of a document. So all modern Linux desktop applications that have print option will produce PostScript data to print full-page documents. This approach is basically widely different from other desktop-oriented operating systems, and from it stems most of the problems that made Unix printing such a daunting task. The basic of printing system is what a spooler. You have already learned the spooler or you can say spooling concept in the operating system. So the spooler manages queues of print jobs. Okay, so number of jobs, if you are printing, then it will be in a queue. Sequentially, one by one, it will get print. Okay, so a queue is usually associated with a single printer and jobs submitted by users and processed on a first come first serve basis. Okay, as we already know about FCFS algorithm, first come first served. So when a job gets to be processed, its data is usually passed through a certain number of filters before it gets to the printer itself. Right? So the Unix print spoolers come in many different forms. We'll focus here the most popular variants that are widely present in most Linux distributions. And what are these systems are? First is BSD LPD printing system. This system is really just a spooler. That is, its core functionality is limited to queuing jobs. It consists of a daemon LPD, a couple of configuration files in etc, where queues and their properties are defined. A spooling directory where pending jobs will be held, usually varchar spool /lpd, and to set of basic commands to system delete and manipulate jobs. Okay, is for system delete and manipulate. So the queue, in this queues are defined in the where etc print cap file. Okay, so this follows the same format as term cap files, which is used to describe the capabilities of Unix terminals. So a typical printing entry would look like this. Like first is sample queue definition of BSD LPD and L1 printer 1, SD var spool LPD LP, and like this. Okay, so each entry defines a queue. You can see each entry defines a queue. So there are several queues referring to the same physical printer For instance, to distinguish certain options, a queue can also have several alias. Alias means what? Copy. Okay. So in the above example, the queue ls has an alias printer1. You can see here alias printer1. Jobs can be sent to either of these printer names and will be dropped in the same queue. As a side note, LP is usually considered the default queue in the BSD world. Okay, so the jobs are submitted to the spooler via the LPR command. The specific queue can be specified with the -p argument, like for instance LPR pprinter1 path to some file. Okay, so jobs that have been submitted but have not yet been proposed can be removed from the queue using LPRN command. Now the second one is the LPRNG printing system. While BSD provides the basic Unix printer spooler, its functionality is limited. So the several projects were started to improve on it and add better configurability and more flexibility. Okay, so the most widespread BSD based printer system on Linux nowadays, SPRNG, that is EPR next generation, which is written by Patrick Powell. So it is essential to write of the original BSD LPR system, but it all of the previous concepts still apply. Now the LPRNG introduces a number of new attributes that make the configuration much more flexible. Okay, so the LPRNG also provides commands that emulate the Unix system, V-style printing commands, LP, LPstat, etc. Our LPRNG comes with the PHP filter, which can be used with queues to automatically perform some data format conversions, for example to print ASCII text or images. So the common Unix printing system is CUPS, that is, it is relatively recent project started by every software, right? So the CUPS cups is based on around the Internet Printing Protocol standard, that is IPR, which is the which is an IETF protocol, which is derived from HTTP, which I have already told in my previous videos. So the CUPS German understands IPP request, and it is mainly primary means of communication with its client applications. So as the Internet protocol, that is IPP, makes it easy to deploy print services on wide area. So this CUPS also supports the proper protocols which is used to communicate with the printer, and this can be used to act as a bridge for networked printers that doesn't or you can say they don't have name IPP subset. So it is just like HTTP, on which it is based. IPP can be secured by moving authentication and SSL connection. This CUPS provides native supports for this, allowing the SQL printing, right? So come to the interface with applications. Today the most PostScript language stayed the primary interface for printing in the Unix world. So if of course all major applications will output at least generic PostScript that will then processed by the printing system until it gets printed. Okay, so this is obviously very limited, and because applications have no fields, unified way of energy printing features, and of course you don't know that if a job printed correctly. So very few applications are able to use PPT files to access print features, although Star Office and Open Office are notable expectations. So this is all about today's session. This is the question for practice. Hope you have you make a file or copy to a new user account, which is automatically upon user account. Okay, so thank you. This session powered by Digital Version 2.0 Jayoti Vidyapeeth Women's University. Hope you are satisfied with my digital lecture. So if you have any query, please mention in the comment box. I will resolve it. Thank you.